said your wrist feels broken?
My wrist feels strained or sprained. I don't think it feels like a full break. But
You just said, right before we record, you said, my wrist feels broken.
And then I changed it and I said sprained. And then I said strained.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be like overreacting about it.
What do you think you could have done?
I didn't do
that
anything.
would have strained or sprained or broken your wrist?
I truly don't
You
know.
socked me in the
When I socked in
face.
the nose. I really don't know. It's like my right one. And if I press on it, it's a little sore and it feels hurt when you go round
You know
and
what
round.
my dad always told me?
I do know.
When I said, when I press on it, it hurts. Because when they don't press on it.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Yep.
So I don't know. I have a strained wrist this morning, but it's fine.
Okay.
I don't know.
Bless you. Well, I've got one of those little things for a sprained wrist that I got once upon a time. Looks like you're bowling.
I'm not going to wear that. No, I'm not going to wear that. Other than that, I'm feeling pretty great.
Bowling. Remember bowling?
Yeah.
I like going bowling.
I got a one time at ACU at Abilene Christian
You were a
University.
kegler.
I took a bowling class and I think my lowest score was 9.
Whoa.
I don't even know how you get a 9.
Wow. That was with the bumper guards.
But
So, do you know what a kegler is? I learned that in my bowling class at ACU.
It sounds-
Kegler. It's another name for bowler.
Oh, really?
Yeah, kegler.
That's interesting.
Kegler. Look it up.
But can I say, because I did just admit that I got a 9 in bowling one time, that I did have my name on the wall for in like a weightlifting class that I took. So because I had set a record for deadlifts.
Yep.
So I will say I just need to. It's probably not
Look at
still on the
you.
wall.
You're strong.
But I did get that.
People don't know how strong you are. You've got some muscularity going
Okay,
on.
well, so that did not help with my bowling game, but
You know what? You know who else's name is on the wall for bowling? Yours truly. Look
Really?
out. So we
What'd
all
you
take these
get?
little blow off, what we think is going to be a blow off class, right? For an easy A. I remember taking horses and horsemanship.
Oh, my.
And so Monday,
Yeah.
Wednesday was in class, and it was harder than hell to learn all these horse brands.
yeah.
And it was tons of memorization. But then on Fridays we got the lab, so we'd go out to this little, corral out behind. Where was that? Zellner? What was that? Anyway, and I made the mistake of saying, I'd ridden a horse before, which means I'd gone on 2 trail rides in Colorado.
No.
And they gave me the oldest, most cantankerous horse named Rocky. And Rocky ran me into a fence. He almost bucked me off several times. Anyway.
Good. You probably deserved it.
I did end up getting an A in that class, but man, I took the, same thing, man. I took bowling for a blow off and had to learn all this crap. And nobody knows how to keep score, right?
Yeah, you just want to bowl.
Because
You don't think you're going to have
you let
to
the
really.
machine do the score for you. But anyway, I had no form. I didn't spin the ball. I barely even put my thumb in the ball, I just ran it down the track. But you know what? At the track, it's a lane, right?
Lane.
But rather than like try to hit a pocket, but since I was no good, I would just aim for the middle, like the head pin, right? And obviously that's going to be a split if you hit the head pin. It's not going to be a strike. But since I sucked, I knew it was going to veer off to the left or right. And I would usually hit a pocket. And I got in a groove of doing that one day, and I bowled a 255.
Wow.
And at the time, that was like for that semester, that was a school record, 255.
That's great. I wonder what's up on the wall now. If you live in Abilene and
go check the wall,
could run over to
See
ACU and look.
255
Do they even have a
has been
bowling
beaten.
alley still?
Anyway,
Oh, that's great.
turkey in the 10th.
Good for you.
You know what a turkey in the 10th means? Turkey in the 10th. In the 10th frame, if you get a
That
strike,
means you get then you get another roll.
2. And if you hit that one, then you get another one.
Okay.
And so you can get 3 strikes, and that's called a turkey. in
You
the 10th
clearly
frame.
learned more in bowling than I did.
Yeah.
I was just
Maybe.
there for the fun. But
Anyway,
so I got a 9.
once every
and you got
5
a
years, you
255.
end up going bowling. You know, it's usually a team building activity, and everybody gets up there and they think they can still bowl. People are throwing the ball in the other lane. You know, next to you, you're falling down, slipping over the line.
Now I've seen like
Those
these little
shoes.
kids have this metal. Have you ever seen that? That little metal cage thing. It's like a little
What?
track they roll out there, and the kids can put it just straight on there and like boop, like push it down,
Of
and it
course
goes
they
down a
can.
little roller coaster and goes straight to the strike
That's
zone.
not bowling.
Well, for the kids, it just gives them some encouragement
Bless them.
early on.
I'm just gonna. I'm
God-
holding back so
God love 'em.
so much right now. So we let's see. Been watching some Wimbledon. Can you believe? I saw that so I had put in the library. You know, our what's it called, YouTube TV library. I put the final. I put just all of Wimbledon. So I saw ladies finals. I hadn't been keeping up, and I've just seen a few matches here and there. And I thought, wow, women's finals. Let's check that out, because I hadn't seen it on social media, and I saw that Sabalenka wasn't in it, and I'm like, what? Who beat Sabalenka? So I went and looked at that, and so I'm no spoilers for people who are doing the same thing. But then I watched the final, and man, oh my gosh. No names, but the girl who beat Sabalenka
Crazy,
went to her
yeah.
first Wimbledon final. Oh, bless her heart.
I know. But I love that you love tennis. I love you and Chandler both love tennis. And I think one of my bucket list things for y'all is for you to get to go to Wimbledon.
Or US
because,
Open, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I love to travel and would love to go, but I don't really care about being at that game.
Dude.
I'm just not really into tennis.
Center
but you
court
and
with
Chandler,
freaking McConaughey and Brad Pitt. And
well, so wouldn't that be fun for you and Chandler to get? Now, I could go and just like be a fly on the wall and go shopping or go have lunch by myself or something.
You wanted to meet Billie Jean King and Navratilova.
Well,
you loved them so much.
But that would be a really fun trip. I've always wished that y'all would do that.
Did you
think
see
you will one day.
who's the royalty that we saw sitting there, and she was trying to, what's her name?
Princess,
Not Princess
somebody.
Diana. It's
What's-
Princess Diana's son's wife.
What's her name? Oh my goodness.
I know it. I'm just not going to say it. Come on, who is it?
I don't. I can't.
Everybody
remember.
look it up. Everybody comment.
That's
us
horrible
out.
that I don't remember that.
Google it.
Does it start with an M? Okay, I'll look it up. Anyway.
Does Wales ring a bell?
No.
Here we go.
Princess.
We're going to cut this out.
Okay. Anyway, continue on. I'll look it up.
Well, you had a great idea during our vision meeting this morning.
Princess Catherine, Princess of Wales.
There it is.
But maybe they call her Kate.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway. Okay, carry on.
Carry on. Sorry. My voice, by the way.
Can I really quick do a
shout out?
Shout out. Hey, hey.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Amy Bruce.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
We would sing.
She
but
is 32. Just kidding. She's
Whoa.
not 32. She's way older than that. But I
Amy,
won't call
happy
her
birthday.
an old woman. She is young at heart, young in spirit,
Heck yeah.
active and fun, rock star. Just
Incredible supporter of Long Haul Marriage.
my dearest
listener
friend from
to the
4 years
podcast.
old at Tiny Tots. Anyway, she lives down in Leander.
Yep.
Where
Bless 'em.
close to where some of the flooding is happening. But anyway, just dear friends, Grady and Amy. So happy birthday to Amy today.
Yes. Happy
Hey,
birthday.
to Amy. Love you.
So during our vision meeting earlier today, it was a great meeting, by the way.
It was. I enjoyed
If people
that.
haven't done that, start your vision meeting today. You go out with your spouse, you sit outside on this balmy July day, and we go over what's on our mind and hearts for our business, in our personal life, and at home. Like not just a to-do list, but things that we're thinking about, dreams,
Yeah.
vision, concerns, and it just helps us, get
We
inside
do
each
kind
other's
of
hearts.
happy crappy.
Happy
Talk about
crappy,
what's
a
going
little bit.
great. Some of the things that may be heavy.
Whoa.
Heavy
and
on
excuse,
us.
not my phone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right here. That's interesting. Okay.
here.
So.
Anyway, so tell about the vision meeting.
No.
Yeah, you were talking about it.
You are going to bring something up from the vision meeting, and I'll take care of that.
Okay, cool. Yes, so you were talking about go out with your spouse and talk about things that are going great, happy crappy, things that you're struggling with, and just kind of get into each other's hearts and minds. And so this morning you said you wanted to hear me share something, and I said no, because I don't want to, burden you with all the stuff that I have to do. And you go, intimacy. So you reminded me that intimacy is knowing everything you possibly can about the other person. And so I just shared some of the things that were on my to-do list for this week. And you said, that's not heavy. I got that. You got that. And I'm supporting you in it. And so anyway, great vision meeting, just sharing what's on our hearts together. And then we had a sweet prayer time together. I loved it. But while we were having our vision meeting, and we were talking about our podcast for today.
Yeah.
I read something this morning, and I'll share it. It's from something on Instagram I saw. So those of you who know and love Ben Rector, songwriter, singer extraordinaire, love his stuff because he just...
Ben Rector. So what did he sing? What did he do? What is he famous for?
Well, I wish I could name some of his songs, but they're all about most
They're
of
kind
his...
of fun, upbeat, bouncy stuff, right?
Yeah, and a lot of it is he sings a lot about family, about marriage, and about growing old with his spouse, and so anyway, I would sing a couple for you, but living my best life. Okay, I won't keep going. Anyway, just
wow, that didn't ring a bell.
Okay,
I'm pretty good at
anyway.
recognizing stuff.
Just I love his music because he sings about things that are good and pure, and a lot about family. So his latest album is called "Richest Man in the World," and he just talks about how you talk about feeling like the richest man in the world, and that does not have anything to do with monetary value. But anyway, so today, whenever I read his Instagram post, he was talking about being in San Jose for a trip and was about to fly home, and went to this restaurant on a Saturday night, and it was like 6:45, and it was around the corner from his hotel. And he walked in, and he was the only person in the restaurant. And there stood the owner, it was an Indian restaurant, and there stood the owner, just so happy to greet him, to come in and enjoy a meal. And then he ordered, and the restaurant owner said, "You're going to like that." And so the wife was back there cooking it and brought it out to him so proudly.
Yeah.
And he said, the food was delicious. The service was just so sweet. And it just got him to thinking about starting, this little family that he said, the guy probably was like, man, I wish more people were in here on a Saturday evening. But he said, it just got him to thinking about starting your own thing and going out on a limb. And so I'll read just a little bit about what he shared. He said, "While I sat there, I thought a lot about how putting yourself out there, trying to do anything, is hard and terrifying. I know this guy and his wife who helped bring the food out would love for the restaurant to be packed. I know they've invested a ton of time and money into a dream, not knowing if it's going to pan out or not. I know that he probably felt awkward when I walked into empty seats with silverware neatly placed on every table. The food was genuinely delicious. He was attentive and helpful, and I could tell he cared about doing things well. When I ordered, he said, smiling, 'You will enjoy this.' And I did. If you're near San Jose, give it a try. If you aren't, just know that if you are trying something and are scared or feel over your skis, you're doing it right. It is hard and vulnerable. I don't know what's in store for this restaurant, but I know I really enjoyed my evening there, and I hope they do well.
Wow, that's so cool.
I thought that was...
Now they're going to blow up.
I hope so. I hope so. And just for those of you who want to know, the restaurant was called The Second Wife USA. And the sign on the wall says, The Second Wife, it's not what you think. Authentic Indian food. Anyway, it just made me start thinking about, because we really can understand what he's talking about, stepping out on a limb and taking a risk. And I feel like that's what this whole last year has meant for us, stepping out in a big way of, consistent paychecks, working at a job where we've been forever, and starting long haul marriage.
Yeah.
And so I could really feel what he was talking about. And in some of the comments, and he commented back to this lady who had started something new this last year, he said he still feels shaky and scared and vulnerable.
Yeah.
He writes songs where he puts his whole heart out there, and is it going to be received, understood, accepted? Is it going to flop? What are the, people going to say about it? Anyway, it just made me feel like no matter what you're doing, what you're stepping into, when you put your whole heart into something, it is scary, because you think, what if it doesn't translate? Or what if it's a flop? Or what if we go out on a limb and do this thing called long haul marriage and it doesn't work, and we both go back and get other jobs when we're close to 60 or, and so it just got me down that line of thinking about some other people that we know too, that are stepping into new seasons.
Yeah. And it's so easy, I guess, to look at it one way, and it's the as you just said, 2 paychecks and, starting something new if it doesn't work when we're 60, kind of looking at it from the economic standpoint, like, will we monetize this? Will we make money? And if you can get away from that and just truly and get into do you truly trust that you're the manifest presence of God in the world? I mean, he is manifesting into the world through you. He created you. He's made us in his image. He said it is good. He's in us. The Holy Spirit lives in us. And it's trusting that and going and doing that thing that you're passionate about. And I've always said, the intersection between competence and passion, if you can do that, you'll never work a day in your life. People say, no, it's more than that. So it's if I play the piano, I feel, pretty competent in it, but I love it. And so I've got to do that. Part of me has to do that, or part of my heart dies. So it's just trusting that if you put this stuff in the world, when you talk about putting your heart out there, you hear about the artist or the author. It's like, will they receive it? Will they get it? Will they like it? And at some point, it doesn't matter. You just have to do it. And where we got, we've been doing ministry for a long time, but it was scary. Like, do we know what we're doing if we start our own business? How it's going to go. And
the answer to that was no. We didn't. We knew the ministry part of it, but starting all the business stuff was a big learning curve.
It's just so much all at once.
Yeah, we had to learn a lot of new stuff.
It's so hard. It's not for, Kayla, one of our board members, just kept saying it's not for the faint of heart, and it's not, because so many times it's even if you can figure stuff out, even if you're determined, even if you've got that work ethic or you're a driver, blah, 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 blah. It's just so much all at once. And it's daunting. And it's man, so many people give up. And then, there's all the stuff you can, go ask ChatGPT why most small businesses fail after a certain amount of time. And are you going to be part of that huge percentage? Or are you just going to keep going? And it's one thing to be passionate and to be good or feel like you are, the manifest presence of God, but maybe you're not getting paid for that thing. So you got to go figure out the other, the side hustles or whatever. So there's so many facets and there's so many ways to look at it. I got to a point and what we tell a lot of our clients, not just about, in marriage or relationships, just about life, when we talk about long haul life, not long haul marriage, just coaching clients in just about life. At some point, the only difference in you and that person that you're scrolling and seeing and kind of idealizing or fantasizing about, that could be me. Yeah, it could be you. The only difference in you and that author or that influencer or that person who's, blowing it up in digital marketing or whatever it is they just did it. They did it. They quit watching other people do it. They quit sitting on the sidelines. And for us, it's like, man, we're not getting any younger. Dude, I'm turning 60 at the end of this year. And it's like, dude, it's now or never, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what are you afraid of? So it's the fear of all kinds of things. Fear of failure, fear, what are people going to think? A fear that I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, just do it anyway. Do it scared, right?
I think the way that you can measure your passion about something is, I heard someone say sometime one time, if you can stop from doing it, you should just don't do it if you can't if you can stop from doing it. And I thought that kind of sounds negative, and then I realized, no, that really is the truth. If you find yourself, something is keeping you up at night, you just feel this stirring, you feel this seed inside of you, and it's growing, and you just keep thinking about it, and you get excited, whether you can figure out how you're going to make money at it or not. When there's something inside of you, it may not even be a money thing. It may be something completely different. It's maybe going all in on a relationship, or starting a new hobby that you're excited but scared to death to jump into. It may be even having a hard conversation. I'm thinking about one of the people that we've talked with this week that we're about to do a family mediation with. Something has blocked the communication in their family, and they're like, we want this to be a healthy, fruitful family for the long haul. And so we're going to hold this family mediation with them. That's scary. You don't know how that's going to go, but they can't not do it anymore. They're like, we have to do this. And it's like keeping them up at night, just thinking about the possibilities of where this could lead, the freedom this could bring for their family. And so it's such, So I just started thinking about, like, with long haul, we've known for a very long time that we wanted to do something like this together. And not just because we're like, oh, that'll be fun to work together, but very specific what we wanted to do. And it was, actually God using our story, the things that we thought would actually kill us. So our marriage struggles, the loss of our son, lots of grief around people that we've lost very close to us, parents or siblings. And so walking through a lot of that, feeling like this is not for naught. This is going to be for something. We want to be able to use this and let God use this to help heal other people and give them resources and hope. And so I think we've known for years and years we wanted to do something like this, but it wasn't quite the time. Like, the seed was planted, and then it just began to grow and grow and grow. And I think you and I looked at each other like, are you feeling what I'm feeling? And just knew, like, we were pregnant with this ministry,
and so many
we couldn't do it anymore.
So many things that God put in our way that was just clear, and people look for signs. Man, when God's in it, you didn't have to look for signs. He starts things, He stops things, He opens windows, doors, He opens, the floodgates, and then He closes other things. It's so obvious, and you're just, okay, yeah, we're doing it. It's like, wow, okay, I guess now is when we're diving in. and for me, I was just going to say, and I started to interrupt you, the metaphor for life and for marriage that this whole concept is, when you hear anyone talk about how hard something is, you hear the artist, the actor, the songwriter, somebody who's become, quote, famous, and had some success that people, see and would love to emulate and think, wow, how did they do that? They all just said they just didn't give up. They didn't quit. It was hard, and they got doors shut, and they got cut from the team. And, it wasn't just this overnight sensation. Very few times. It was somebody who just gutted it out and just did not quit. And that's marriage. That's how we made it. People think it's something else. It's like, no, you just don't quit.
Yeah, that we have this unicorn, everything lined up in our lives. And
anybody who's successful at anything, and anything that's worth anything, it requires tons of hard work. It requires tons of failure and learning from failure. Failure is doesn't define you. It's just an event, right? And you just get through it and you learn from it. So, but that's it, and it's last night I talked to a couple. We were, doing that wedding, and afterwards we were sitting around, and I talked to two guys, and I was quoting the Swiss psychologist Esther Perel. She said, most of us marry 3 times in a lifetime. Some of us just choose to do it with the same person. And again, such a profoundly wise statement. You and I just chose, not that we got, divorced and remarried 3 times, but kind of in our spirit.
Chose to re-up.
Yeah. You just choose to re-up, and you do it over and over and over. So yeah. I may have mentioned him before on this podcast. It was a guy named Kyle Cease. And I haven't seen him in years. I haven't seen anything he's done, but back in probably, 2011, 12, 13, somewhere in there. I just got onto I saw they were talking about the making of this skit where it was this emotionally enlightened family around Thanksgiving.
Oh, gosh.
And it was brilliant, man, how they just all started opening up and sharing what's usually unspoken and unsaid, with the clanking forks around the table and the awkwardness. But they had this idea, and he just talked about how he's these actors and thespians and people in the world of improv and all that, comedians, they have these ideas, and he talks about getting in the flow. And I just remember hearing him say, it's that idea, it's the spark, it's the flow, it's the stuff that just comes to you, and that excitement you have, that initial excitement, and it's this creative burst, and you feel like it's just, you didn't create it, like came to you, and it's just downloaded through you. He said, that's all you need. That is the divine spark. That's God in you trying to get into the world, if you will. And when you stop it because, oh, wait, all you start talking yourself out of it because of fear. Yeah. Fear that, what are people going to think? They're going to laugh at me. They're going to think it's foolish. It's not going to work. It's going to fail. And why do we do that? So he just talked a lot about that negative self-talk that talks us out of what is the divine spark that's coming through you. And that really changed my mind about a lot of things, and changed the way I think about just kind of that, the old Nike, just do it. God has chosen you. It's like he's got all kinds of conduits, right? And channels through which to enter the world. That's who we are. And when you want to be someone else, or when you stop it, dam it up, it's not flowing, and it's going to reach that dead end. And man, how sad that is.
Yeah.
Right.
And in the vein of, this is a little bit different, but in the vein of starting something new or putting your heart out there, I'm thinking of a friend of mine that reached out to me this week, and her husband passed several years ago, and they were married for like 40 something years. Yeah. And she grieved. It's been really hard, and I got to walk through some of that with her. But she texted this week, and she just asked for me to pray for her because she's been talking to a gentleman, and that he was going to be coming in town, and they were going to meet up and have coffee. And I think that was, in a way, like very exciting for her / terrifying. That's a really, really scary thing, to feel like, wow, I've, here I was married for all these years, and then went through this deep, intense, searing grief. And now the possibility of, a friendship at the very least, and then who knows what may come from that. But that wasn't really ever something that she had that's not been on her vision board.
Look at that.
Yeah. Oh,
got our road runner.
Goodness, a
right
road runner right outside our window.
He's on
That's
our front
so
porch.
funny.
He's trying to get in.
But that's a hard thing after all that she's been through, to put her heart out there again and to believe again and to, open her heart to a friendship and possibly more. But I think about, like, what if you just stayed closed and sad and done and, not that you ever have to have a relationship after one ends. I'm not saying that, but it has happened for her. This began to blossom for her, and for her, if she would not have ever been open to that possibility or too scared to risk it, or she felt too old or too far gone or whatever. It's just really cool to be praying along with her and to see where this goes. I just was able to encourage her and say, man, I'm so proud of you. And I am praying that you would be able to, let go of control and where is this going to go? And have to see into the future. Just enjoy coffee. Just enjoy a friendship and have fun and relax. I think that's what she was wanting most prayers for. I just want to relax and have fun and not be so, when you lose your spouse after that long, you kind of have to take the reins and figure everything out. And she's now able to her nervous system is kind of regulating and calming down, and she's not so in her, fight or flight.
Think about another friend of yours that, lost her husband, and for 13 years, her oldest daughter became one of her best friends, and had just prayed had seen, became close to her mom. Obviously was already close, but just became literally like best friends. And she just wanted that special person for her mom. I mean, she could have been her bestie for the rest of their lives, but she just knew there was something missing, and she prayed and prayed. And now to see this relationship blossom that's turned into an engagement and now a marriage has been
this
so
big old blended family
so
joining
cool.
together. Yeah.
People, we talk about seasons a lot. And one of the things that I think about this restaurant that Ben Rector went into, and it may be, I don't know, maybe a very successful restaurant, because it got good, you said great reviews, but no one was in there. It could have just been an off day or a weird day or something after a, bad storm or whatever. But let's say it blows up after this. It's just so cool to see. A lot of people are in the season of planting. They're planting seeds, but they're wanting to also reap a harvest, like right now. And that's just that's just a disease in our culture. I think, this no delayed gratification. Right. And we want it right now. And if you can just believe that, and that's one of the things that we've seen with Long Haul. People asked, like, where did all of your clients come from? It's because we've been planting seeds for a long time. I mean, we've been doing this for, 25 years. But even then, we just planted seed after seed after seed. And the way those seeds were planted and were watered and have been growing, and all of a sudden it's time to reap this harvest. So, I can say, man, we should have done this 20 years ago. But it's in the perfect time. And God is saying, okay, now you're going to reap a harvest. And, for us, we say, it's reaping a harvest. What does that even mean for, like for our business? But our passion is to help people. So they're reaping a harvest in their relationships too, because they have this place, a safe place to reach out to, and something that connects, and something that's relatable. We hear this all the time. It's just different than, and man, God bless everybody in the space of life coaching, marriage coaching, counseling, therapy, all of the people who are helping people with mental health and with life. Last night I said, man, good night. We're all hanging by a thread. Life's hard. And it's just that, okay, wow, here's a place where people, it seems like they really care. They're going to share, as one of our recent videos released on TikTok with the Watlins, and it's Jim and Michelle. You know, they're very public with their testimony about the help they received. They said they weren't judged. Man, you're relatable. You're sharing your own vulnerable places. You're transparent with your own junk. You're telling us how you related to that betrayal wound that connected with Michelle, you know? And it's not just calling them on their BS, it's sharing our BS. And so that's just been something I feel like God is saying, yeah, there's a harvest that is it's ready. And so
and I can't help but stop and just be so grateful and to say out loud, thank you to people who help Long Haul keep going. It's really cool. Number one, like just I think about the referrals that people send. Almost every day we hear from someone, hey, you don't know us, but you know, we got your name from so-and-so. And so referrals mean the world to us, you know, and that means that you've been somehow blessed by this ministry and that you would send someone else our way. And then I'm
thinking of two that recently they not only referred the people for premarital, they sponsored them. Like they paid for their package.
Yes.
That's what a cool gift.
Yes. Yeah. What a sweet, sweet thing. And then, man, it brings me to tears a lot of times when I think about our donors, people that donate every single month to Long Haul Marriage. Yeah. And I feel like so humbled and like small, and then also so full of passion and belief and empowered. It's just the craziest feeling. I feel like, wow, people take their hard-earned money and every single month say, I want to donate to this ministry because I believe in it, or I've been blessed by it, or I see the passion of these people, or I know them, I know where my money's going, or whatever. I'm so overwhelmed and just want to thank. So if you're listening and you're one of our donors, gosh, we thank you so much.
I thank you for saying that again. And, you know, we say it at the end of some of our podcasts. We'll say it on videos that we send out to our donors. We'll put it in the monthly newsletter. We email you, you know, it's like, guys, when it can become, we are so afraid it becomes like wallpaper. You know, we couldn't do this without you. We literally could not do this without you. I mean, that's a fact. And it's just so generous. I love when people call it a tithe. You know, it's yes, it's a donation. It's showing support and love and belief. Like you said, it's you're sowing into the kingdom. You're sowing. You're doing ministry by giving to this. I mean, literally,
and it's hard because we can't show everything that we do. Like, oh, this is what happened today. You know, on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, because so much of what we do is confidential. So we can't, you know, show the faces. We're talking about ways
and that's why I
be
love
able to share that
recently. And I think you're putting some of them in, that's why I love being able to put some of our podcasts, just the shorts that, you know, Cap Cuddle kind of cut up into these 60-second to like minute and a half, 2-minute shorts, on our Long Haul Marriage TikTok. So go to TikTok if you don't have that, and follow the Long Haul Marriage account. Also, I think you're putting it on social media, but these are ones that have okayed us to share sound bites either from the podcast interview, which is not a counseling session, or some of the again, the testimonies from some of the clients that we have that were from counseling sessions. But you know, it's not like we're taping them live like some of these, you know, Showtime or HBO Max series, which I would love to do. But you know,
and we can show some of our workshops and that kind of thing. But it's, you know, so much is done behind closed doors, and
but we are so
and donors
grateful.
Will never even know. But they do. I feel like they do know because they know what we do. Many of them have been blessed by, you know.
And like you said, just sending people our way. Every time someone says, "Hey, you know, my dad told me to reach out to you," or "Hey, I heard about you from a best friend," and hey, it's just so cool. So yeah, guys, thank you. So, James, the Ben Rector deal. So, God put that on your heart this morning. And what was cool is I walked out for our vision meeting, and you had your little vision board up. And like literally, she has a poster board with all of these words. You know, her word of the year was nourish, and all these pictures and all these things you've written. So I would love, as we just close today, in the spirit of, man, just do it and do it scared. And why wait? You ain't getting any younger. And if you don't do it, somebody else will, because God is wanting to burst into the world. That's what he does. And he's in you. So would you read the definition of nourish? Because,
yes.
Yeah. Do you have it handy?
Well,
or do you want to get your poster
I just
board?
kind of know it in my heart.
Okay, let's hear it.
So this is part of a definition, I'll say.
Okay.
So to nourish is to supply with what is needed for life, health, and growth.
Okay. So say it one more time.
To supply with what is needed for life, health, and growth.
So my question for everyone is, do you believe that God has already supplied everything you need for life, health, and growth?
Amen.
And my one of my affirmations, when I say I'm more than my thoughts and feelings, I'm the manifest presence of God in the world. My second affirmation is God is my provider and sustenance and has already given me everything I need for abundant living.
So he is nourishing us.
He's already given us.
He is nourishment.
Yes.
He's enough.
So go be nourished. Just do it.
Just
What
do
else?
it. Just do it.
Awesome.
It's good.
And
We believe in you. We believe in you.
And thank
the
you.
world needs what you have.
Come on.